affected from that. Only after, because he's coming to physical therapy outpatient. He's like, my neck hurts, my back hurts. He's going to go to gastroenterology for the stomach. So this is a beautiful way of how osteopathy can be cost effective in a country, like all countries that have scarce resources. Instead of going to the cardiologist for his heart, the OPD physical therapy for his upper back pain, maybe the orthopedic surgeon, and then the gastroenterologist for his stomach. 4 consultations. We're affecting all of this in one. You see how efficient that becomes? He feels better, and not only are we suppressing his symptoms with a pill or an intervention for each one, we're teaching his body to fix all of it. So not only is it 4, the consultations reduced into 1, it's the one that won't even need to be repeated in 6 months, and then another 3 months, and then another 6, like ongoing usage of the system. And in osteopathy, we look at the whole patient, the internal and external environment. So I wouldn't, in my office, let him leave without some nutritional discussion and advice. Depending on how proactive he is, I do a full nutritional log and assessment to see what is it that he's eating. Because if his belly stays this big, guaranteed his sacroiliac joint's going to act up in 6 months, 8 months again. So just him getting better now isn't good enough for me. I want him to be better and stay better. So as health practitioners, we get into whatever, office ergonomics. If he's a truck driver and he's driving 8 hours a day on the road, we have to tell him to stop every couple of hours, stretch this out, pay attention to the posture, support the seat that you're driving in. All this stuff keeps him in a higher state of health. Now this is fully loose. This is very, very, very loose, okay? The head is better, this is better. So let's go take a look at the stomach. Give me 1 second. Here. Okay, so his right lung now is very, very soft, as it should be. See? So you can get very skilled at paying attention. His chest is released, but it's still not a good, normal, healthy, soft, vibrant, airy lung. It's okay, right? And so I've been doing this for a while. I asked him if he used to smoke, and he goes, yes. I didn't ask him if he smokes now, because smoking now would be a lot harder. That's not what it is. This is he used to smoke, and then he stopped, so it's gotten better, but it's still not proper. So this is how we can get, you'd be surprised at what you can tell by looking at it first, by assessing it. And so this is where it just shows you that there are many different ways to diagnose what's happening than just objective tests that are quantifiable. Those are good. It's not the only way. Yeah. So his stomach now. Okay, we'll take some time. The stomach does a movement that is a side bending and a rotation like this. I'm amplifying, right? This is what his stomach does. But now the stomach is sitting right underneath the diaphragm. So when you take a deep breath in, the diaphragm descends. But the stomach has to be mobile for the diaphragm to descend. The stomach is fibrotic and hard, structure governs function. The stomach can't act as a stomach. It needs to be a hollow muscle that is soft and pliable so it distends when you eat and then it retracts when you empty. If it's hard, it won't serve the function of the stomach. So in part, one of the things that we have to do is ensure that it's soft so that the structure can govern the function. And then to move, the stomach has to allow the diaphragm to come down. The diaphragm has a hiatus to allow the esophagus to pass through. Right? If this is tight, can you see how acid reflux would happen? So you can give Nexium or different prescriptions, Tums or whatever, for suppressing the acid. If you suppress the acid, the person doesn't digest properly because the acid concentration isn't what the food necessitates. All this can be happening because the diaphragm is tight. Or you can have respiratory problems because the stomach is tight. The respiratory physiologist and the pulmonary specialist won't look at what the gastroenterologist is doing, nor vice versa. We look at everything. We did the diaphragm release, right? So I hope you've been practicing this. There's one girl who attended the course last week. Aruj, I think. I saw her yesterday without baby again. The suboccipital fascia inhibition. So it's a very, because people want to know what to do for the neck, what, show us something for the neck. So we did that one technique for the neck. Her father has had migraines since I think 8 years. Bad migraines, lasting I think 2-3 days, hours at least. So she said, sir, I went and did that one technique that we went over. It took her about 20 minutes, and her father's migraines stopped. This was 5 days ago. Migraines haven't happened in 5 days, and they happen every 2-3 days. One technique that we showed a week and a half ago, she did it, and obviously she did it well. Migraines gone, and her father was having for 8 years. It's impressive stuff that we can do by allowing the body to function normally. Okay. So the stomach was off more so because of the diaphragm. So as I was talking, I'm getting into the scissor type of movement to release the diaphragm. And the diaphragm release is what's helping or allowing the stomach to go back to normal. So I don't really have to do the stomach, I need to do the diaphragm so it can release the stomach. Again, know your anatomy. Everything has to be the way that it is so that everything else functions the way that it is. Allah SWT created insan with intelligence and deliberate purpose for balance. That's the thing that we recognize. The doctor that founded osteopathy, Dr. Andrew Taylor Still, he's an American, in 1874. He was first a pastor, a priest. Then he did his mechanical engineering, then he did his medical degree. So he refers to Allah SWT as the grand architect. In our medical texts, this stuff is written in them, that the grand architect designed mankind to be in harmony. We just have to allow that design to be present. But if the design is dented, shifted, tight, the shifa that is God-given, I've never given a person a shifa and I can't take it from them, right? But the principles by which shifa functions, that's what I'm an expert in, right? That's what I know how to reestablish to allow the shifa to work. That's what we do in osteopathy. Okay, now without getting too long into that, this is a lot better. I'm not going to get into this hip today, the coxofemoral, the rotation, but it'll compensate around what we do. In part, you're going to look at why would his leg be an external rotation. If he has a stomach that's tight, a lung that was tight, a head that's restricted, when we walk contralaterally, right? So we have to be able to be free to move like this so that we can walk in a straight line. But break it down and look at what I'm doing. If I'm doing this, there's a rotation of my shoulders to the right, and there's a rotation of my head to the left. And then the opposite, rotation here and rotation there. His neck wasn't moving, right? We all saw this. If his neck's not moving, how is he going to keep walking in a straight line? Theoretically, if he's turning to the left easier, he just keep always walking off to the left. But that doesn't happen. If he can't rotate to the left, what do you think the body's going to do